I'm going to take just a few minutes to explain the TruKnow system. This is a visual communication resource that is designed to increase mutual understanding and awareness, really connections in a specific role or relationship. The person registers on the home screen, takes maybe 15 seconds, and then they're directed to the user area page that they choose an already established profile, or you can also create a custom profile using the TruKnow system. The questions have been established to try and get a comprehensive view about where a relationship or a role's strengths or opportunities to improve might be. So let's say a person wants to complete a professional awareness profile. They would select that assessment type, complete a self-assessment, takes maybe 5 minutes to complete. They would go through and answer the questions, and then after they've answered the self-assessment, they're directed to send email invitations to others whose feedback they value in that specific role. You can have many, many participants complete a profile on your behalf. They're going to get an email invite, and then they would identify if they are in the category of a leader or a friend or a family member or a peer and so on. They would choose that on their end, and then TruKnow would be able to distinguish which category they're in and provide you with that feedback. Only the primary participant can review the results. Whoever has the username and password, they can log in, click on the results tab, and see that feedback. For example, here is a completed professional awareness profile. You have one self, one leader, two peers in deep blue, and one family member in light blue. You can see the trends. Sometimes people are on totally different understanding levels. You see the areas that are being measured, and then you see trait by trait, question by question, and then the written responses also, so that you can see, have a visual resource that shows where there's harmony, where there's potential awareness gaps, and so on. Here's an example of a couple's profile, very specific relationship, obviously, very unique relationship, either a marriage or a couple's profile, where you can see where each party is, what they expect from each other, where they're aligned, where they're maybe disconnecting, and so on. You see the overall totals, trait by trait, the written portions, and then question by question. It's one thing to try and talk about these important elements. It's something so much more clear to see and not assume where each party is. Here's a parent profile. This is dad in green, mom's in orange, and one child, there can be multiple, is in blue. Dad is on a totally different understanding plane than the others. Maybe he spends more time away from the home. So for example, if the question was, my child knows I love them, dad would answer that, mom would answer that, and then the child would answer a question like, I know my parents love me. And so that you can see where there's potential awareness gaps there, instead of just assuming. You see the areas that are being measured, you see the written portions, trait by trait, and then question by question. Here's an example of a personality profile. There's a lot of personality assessments out there. TruKnow is unique in that it shows how you view you in relation to how those you interact with view you. In a relationship, it's so important that we get feedback from others where they can help us to understand how they interpret us, how they view our efforts to interact with them. The personality assessment shows how a dominant personality would potentially harmonize well with, mesh with another dominant personality type, and what potential conflicts there might be in that relationship. For example, if there's a owl in a team or in a relationship with a lion, there's going to be potential predictable strengths and maybe some opportunities to improve that can be predictable as well. Those are a few examples. You can also create a custom profile using the TruKnow system. If you have specific questions,